Hey everyone, welcome. Happy anniversary to me, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Carrie and I were chatting earlier today and really trying to figure out what a good topic would be to address tonight. We do try and pick things that are timely and relevant, and sometimes we like to train, sometimes we like to have discussions. We always like to engage whoever's on the line and try and make content relevant to those that are here. We talked today about, and then we've been talking to Jen a little bit about this too. Really, just what is there to help people kind of re-engage and relight that fire within, that passion that some of us had when we joined, and since many of us have been around for 3, 5, 10 years, sometimes things ebb and flow. And Carrie and I, as we were talking, we kind of came up with a few thoughts of things that have re-engaged ourselves. And we thought, well, why don't we share some of that? Because, what better to talk about directly from things that have impacted our businesses. And a lot of it has to do, we started the 80-day obsession program 40 days ago with a big group of many of you, as well as a lot of the company. And for me personally, I felt like things changed, and I have to tell you why. It's because I changed, right? Like, I always use Beachbody programs for the last on and off, I'll say. A lot of the on, but, some off. I've been using in-home fitness as my solution. I'll do a yoga class here and there, but I use in-home fitness, and I post about it. But I followed Shift Shop to a T, and I was super engaged and loving it, and then I got injured, and I kind of stepped away from it, and I think that affected my mindset quite a bit. And when I started on the 80-day obsession, I was able to talk a little bit about how excited I was that I was in a test group and that I was doing this. And I had an incredible amount of support from the community that I've created over the last 11 years, whether they're customers or just friends or people in my network, right? And I was amazed at the few people that said they wanted to join me. Not necessarily, I didn't promote it like they could do Autumn's group, like sign them up as coaches. I just started my own. And the nice thing about that is we can always post that we're doing a group and that we can add people in it. And yes, it might have, a picture of Autumn might have helped promote that or whatever. But what I have to say is that some of the people that came out of the woodwork surprised me. They weren't people that I would have gone up to and invited to join me because, in my opinion, they're already in shape, right? Or they seem to have everything together and wouldn't need my support. But that was like totally wrong, blew me away. And when Beachbody came out with these packs, it just was so simple to say, here's 3 options. Which do you want? And I recommend this one, because you get to try everything. Of course, you can buy this one. It'll give you everything for the full 80 days. But I went in recommending the combo pack, and it definitely helped people with those. And then I had a few people fall down a level and said, I'll just get the challenge pack. It came with the equipment. But it was, I have to say this, and it was so easy. And this business has not been easy for me. Yes, I managed to find people and help them get shakes or programs or Beachbody On Demand with a shake, a challenge pack. But it just seemed to I don't know, the feeling was that it was just back to what it used to be. Like, I was excited, I think was the difference, right? Like, when you're excited, your excitement is what engages people. And it really, I went back to think about it after Carrie and I spoke, and I'm like, well, that was it. Like, and I said to Jeff, like, oh my gosh, business is fun again. Like, I'm not pulling teeth to get people to try something. People want to join me. And so, just to kind of parlay on that, I was writing down some things. So I became engaged myself. And what did that mean? Because you'll say, I'm on a call, I'm engaged. I was following a program. I could talk about what it meant, what the nutrition was. I had written myself a little script. So when people wanted more information, I was sending them the same thing. So okay, here's kind of what the program is and here's what it's about. It was my little summary with time, nutrition, whatever. But I sent them that. And then I said, if this sounds good, tell me why it sounds good. And then they'd send me something back and I'd say, okay, awesome. Is this something that you think will help you reach your goals? And then, do you want to join me? It was this first message, second message, third message. And it was my message And it was working. I was like, wow, this is just the way it's supposed to be. And so I was following a program. I was sharing my shake. I was sharing my excitement. And I think that's a piece that we can always help other people as the expert. But when we're in it, there's a little bit different vibe that gets put out there. And I feel like people grasp onto that. So I think I'm going to let Carrie talk in a second, but those were the three things. So I was following a program to a T with the nutrition, and maybe the nutrition hasn't been to a T for all 40 days, but in the beginning it was to a T. And then my excitement, and I was posting not daily, like as much as I probably could be. And then the next thing I had is that I could share other people's customers of mine, their excitement too. It wouldn't have to be like they lost 10 pounds or this or that, but just their excitement, things that are happening to them. So those were the things that had been working for me. And then I can help help their people, right? Like you can parlay that on. Carrie, did you want to add to that a little?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. It's like, I think first of all, it is a mindset shift. And for me, that mindset shift happened when this program started. And you have to be willing to make a firm decision if you're in or you're not, right? So there was, if you guys saw Danielle Natoni's call that she did for Barbie Kalev, did anyone watch that recording on this call? No? Okay, if you haven't, it's posted in Team Believe and Empower. It's also posted in Elite Knockouts. It totally resonated with me in a big way. So Danielle Natoni, and the similarity I'm going to share because she was always super fit. Danielle Natoni's never had a pound to lose ever in her life, right? And she shared her story on this call and talked about how when she signed up as a coach, she was teaching fitness classes. She was a math teacher. She was really passionate about fitness. She was always a dancer. And the thing that really stuck out to me was when she said she didn't make Success Club for, I don't know, was it like 6 or 7 months or something like that when she first joined as a coach, because she was trying to sell products that she wasn't using or doing herself. She was going and teaching classes, and she had this mindset, well, I'm already a fitness person. I don't need to do the fitness workouts at home because I teach at the gym, and I don't need to drink a shake because I'm already healthy and I eat healthy food, so why do I need to drink the shake? So that was her original mindset, right? And then the game changer for her was when she went to a Super Saturday and she saw all these top coaches and these successful coaches, all totally different shapes and sizes, get up on stage and tell their story of how they came to where they were at in this business. And there was a common theme, and it was being a product of the product was one major theme that was the exact same for every person. They had a story to tell. And when I listened to that call and then took myself back to where I'm at right now, because I think in this business, it's totally normal to go up and be excited and then ebb and flow, right? It's just human nature. But what's going to make us stand out and make us different is that if you're in that one of those downward flows, you don't quit. You don't just stop. You don't just back off and say, whoa, I'm done. You have to stay consistent no matter what. And 80-Day Obsession was the thing that reignited my fire, you guys, because I love this program. I mean, Beth, I'm in her group with her. We're co-running it. And my customers, her customers, the people in our group are so inspiring. And the results that are happening are like mind-blowing. And that excitement has carried me through conversations where I've had people are like, okay, what do I need to do to sign up? Because this sounds amazing. Because they hear it in my voice. And I'm not even making it up when I'm talking to them. I'm not having to fake it because I legitimately am so excited. Amy Hensley, Jen Thatcher, she talked to me today. She got all signed up. She's like ordered Beachbody On Demand because of my post and yours. She's like, Jen Thatcher's got abs. I don't even know. She's like, this is crazy. She looks amazing. And so like, this is a mutual friend of ours, but people are watching, they notice, they see these, that we're doing these programs and we're following the nutrition plan. And just like anything else, like if you're committed to something and then you're sharing it, people are going to naturally be attracted to you. And I think that's where reigniting that fire and reigniting this excitement, because I've already helped 12 people this month. I signed up 2 more people today. One of them signed up as a coach. And I feel like I'm not even working hard at it. It's just me posting. It's like outflow equals inflow. And, asking my customers, hey, you're so inspiring. Do you mind if I share your picture on social media? Go ahead. That's awesome. Do whatever you want, So I think that being a product of the product is a huge, huge, huge aspect, you guys. It's one of our 4 vital behaviors. And if you're not using our program and you're not following a nutrition plan, that's going to show. Like before 80-Day Obsession, I was drinking Bailey's and coffee. I was eating cookies. I was eating Portillo's with cheese fries. And, it's like, yeah, people looked at me and I was still fit. I was still working out. I still had toned arms, but I'm 5'9". I can spread my fluff out. Like that stuff just spreads out. Like it's magical. I can hide it here and hide it there. And I lost over 10 pounds doing 80-Day Obsession in phase 1 and over 7 inches my first phase. I was not expecting it. I wasn't trying to lose a bunch of weight, but I think that that's a story. Now I have a story to tell. And that's the key. You have to, whatever your story is, like Danielle Natoni, she doesn't have a weight loss story. She's got a different story to tell, and people are drawn to her. So I think that's what you have to do. You have to dig deep inside, figure out why you became a coach in the first place. Take a look around. Look at the successes that other people are having. If you're not doing a program right now, these programs and these products work like 100%. There is no doubt in my mind. There's so many fad diets out there right now. There's so many other things going on. And the refreshing thing that I love is that we don't have to cut carbs. Like, hello, I love carbs. And so I think that that's very attractive to a lot of people too, because it's not realistic to never eat a carb again to try to lose weight. That's a thing that you can do for a while, but then is that a lifestyle? We are truly promoting a lifestyle, you guys. And it's brilliant. It's exciting. And that's where my passion and my excitement have come forth. And I think that's what's drawing people back to me. And I actually wake up excited the last few weeks to reach out to people. Like I'm more confident. That's the other thing. I feel more confident. So anyways.
I think when you set that intention too, you're excited, and then you set an intention to find people to help. I think it comes to you when you're open to it, if that makes sense. The more you put out there, things come in so many different ways. And I know JT will agree to this, like ways that you didn't think necessarily were the ways. I wanted to touch on that real quick because, people come out of the woodwork, like I said, and previous customers come back and customer leads start ordering things and jumping in. So I was going to talk for a second about, if you're hitting Success Club, you hit Success Club 10, you can qualify for customers from the company. And if if you do that consistently, you accumulate a few every month, anywhere from 2 to 10, depending on what types of customers you're getting. Is it Success Club 5 now gives you customers, and Success Club 10 gives you Shakeology or Success Club leads, like 2 different kinds of leads, right? Customer leads at Success Club 5 and Success Club leads at Success Club 10. Is that right? Yeah. So you could be double dipping and getting 2 types of leads. You could get like a dozen, 10, anywhere from 5 to 10 a month. And if you're doing that every month, it's cumulative. And so some of what's happening to me is I'm getting customers from the company, and they've already bought something to come assigned to me, and then they buy Shakeology on HD, or they buy a challenge pack. And for me, it's exciting because it's a new person to reach out to, because, sometimes we get stuck in our lives and we stop meeting people. So I find that some of the coaches I'm trying to mentor one-on-one, they don't know how to meet people. That's their biggest challenge, is they're talking to the same people. So if you start qualifying for some of these programs, at least you're getting a few people in. There's also a program I wanted to mention, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with it. A few probably are. There's a coach lead program where if you're a qualified diamond coach, you can get a coach assigned to you, and they just randomly sign up. And so when you have one of those come in, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But I set my intention to personally this year, knowing, I was talking to one of my success partners, knowing that there are so many people out there that we need to help. They already either know our products, or have had results, and they just needed to be mentored by us. And then a week later, within a week, I think it was like 4 days later, I got a random assigned coach to me. And, I've had a lot of them, and when they happen, usually they don't even respond, or they say, oh, it was a mistake. I was supposed to sign up with my girlfriend on another team. But this time it was Pastor L.W. Bolton, and you guys have seen his results. He's lost 100 pounds, and I'm here just guiding him. I'm his guide. He told me he didn't realize, he knew it was a business. That's why he signed up, but he didn't realize the potential until I shared my story with him. So that's the kind of gifts we're given when we set our intention. So if you wake up every morning with the intention to share your business with somebody and you know what you're looking for, I feel like things come to you in so many different ways. And I just wanted to share that story, because that's the kind of thing that when you show up every day and you do all the little things, that's the kind of stuff that's kind of a result of some of that. So you work, but then things appear. I don't know. Just the universe provides, right?
Yeah. What's that saying? Hard work, it's not luck, it's hard work, or success doesn't come from luck, it comes from hard work. I forget it, but it's so true.
Autumn said it today. She's like, it's not luck. Like, you're showing up every day. Yeah. Like, you didn't just lose the weight. Like, you're working for it. The results don't happen overnight. I think that's part of it. Mm-hmm. Is that you think there's no such thing as overnight success, right? That person worked for 30 years. They're an overnight success to you because you didn't know them. But they've been starring in shows and movies since they were 2 years old and tap dancing and singing. And then all of a sudden they're like a overnight success because they made their Hollywood premiere. But they've been putting in, it's the compound effect. All of those every day for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm. It's so true.
Yeah. Did you guys want to add to that what we're talking about, challenges or things that you're finding like working for you, or maybe someone's stuck that needs a little bit of reignition here? Jen?
I had a really, sorry, apparently I'm talking too loud. I had a weird year last year. It was kind of like a transition, and I just was stuck and didn't want to do the dailies and all that. And I decided that I would only do things that felt good to me. And if it didn't feel good to me, I just wouldn't do it. If I didn't want to run, a traditional challenge group, I wouldn't do it. If I didn't want to do a clean eating group, I wouldn't do it. So I found out what I did like to do, and I just did more of that. And it helped me to enjoy the business more and find the fun back into it. Like, for instance, like my free groups, like I hated like the free groups because it's a lot of work. And for me, it was almost no payoff at all. And it was just a ton of work. So instead of your traditional, groups, now I do it something more geared towards my avatar or my niche or whatever. And it's more fun doing it that way, where I can talk about 5 days of mindset versus, okay, now we're going to do push-ups. Now we're going to do sit-ups. Now we're and doing the videos and all that kind of jazz. And it's what's so much more fun to me to talk to people about things that I actually enjoy versus being forced to do something that just doesn't feel good. So I think I just learned to give myself grace and realize that you don't have to do it the way everybody else does. Just do it the way that feels good to you.
Yep, absolutely. And we've got like a general platform of like, here's generally how it works, right? And then we can make it into our own and however we want to do it. We can run our challenge groups the way we want to do it. We can set boundaries the way we want to set boundaries. We can do all of that. So that's cool, Jen, because it is true. You have to remember what brought you joy in the first place. And those are the things that you just have to get back to doing. I think that we tend, like, as we grow as leaders and as we start to focus more on the business, we get so focused on, I got to do this and I got to do that. And if I'm going to make money, I better do this. And you've got to be all these things. And it can become this big, heavy burden as a leader. And you got to push that aside and get back to being a challenger again. I'm telling you, I'm having so much fun just being a challenger. And I'm drawing more people to me now than I have in a long, long time. Coaches, customers. I signed up a coach. I had 2 conversations, really good ones, with two people in our challenge group. That's Katie Smuchinski. Talked to her about being a coach. She's thinking about it. Brenda Pop. I mean, these are just like, I'm excited now. Like, I actually feel confident in inviting to this business because I actually feel excited and happy about the things that I'm doing. Like Jen, you said, like getting excited about doing certain things and pushing away the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And to go just to carry on with that point, you know, you can, when you love what you do it more often. When you resent what you do, you resent it, and it takes away from the joy of your other things in your life. So when you can focus on those parts of the business that are joyful to you, they don't feel like work. And so that's why I've heard people say, like, if you find something you love to do, you'll never feel like you're work another day, right? Because you're just loving it so much. And I think people, they force it almost, right? Like you're loving it, and then you start focusing on, oh, I need to do this and that because she's doing this and that. And you kept doing what you love. We just have to be mindful of why did you start? Like Carrie said, pay it forward, right? I had results, but then time goes by and maybe I don't have those results. So then I can still help people because I know the products work, but it's different. Like Carrie said, when you're exuding the excitement, people come to you. They're there. They're there anyway, but they come out of the woodwork when you're creating that flow. I don't know. Abundance, right? It's abundance. It's there because you are collecting it, because you're putting it out there. And so I feel like as you can articulate it, more people might come. And it's trial and error as to how to articulate that. Like that's my struggle, is I haven't been getting it out there. It's not so easy for me. I can do it in person really well, but putting it onto social media, you know, like I might not attract, but it's okay. Like the way I do my business works for me. Could it be more? Absolutely. But that's where I get to learn. I get to grow. You know, but building like some people can build online courses and do all kinds of things, which is like a great revenue stream. And I'm stuck with a deer in the headlights on that because I just haven't found a way to make it work for me. Because once you find that thing, like I'm watching Jen Thatcher, like mindset, it clicked for her. She could write about it left and right and create content for people and help them get over their struggles because it's fun for her. And you know what? That's what we all need to find. What's your little thing that makes it fun? And then when you can teach somebody to find their thing and teach other people their thing, it doesn't have to be the same thing as you. You have a gold mine because you're allowing people to create freedom and financial flexibility or financial abundance for themselves by taking this business and using it in that way. And I think that's why this business was designed like that. So that's my 2 cents on that. I don't have anything else to say.
Does anyone have any questions or input? Anything else?
I've been on a huge struggle bus, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I mean, Lee knows because she helped talk me off the edge like every day for the last 5 months. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's not. I don't know what it is. I do everything the same, but I have been. I mean, it's been fucking horrible for 5 months. I mean, I hit Success Club 56 months in a row, and I've hit it once in the last 5 months. So, I mean, it is completely brutal, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Like, are you like this basic things like adding to your network or,
that's the one thing that I've watched the thing that Jim posted about Facebook algorithms. Mm-hmm. It's like once I used to run ads on Facebook, and I used to get 25, 30 comments like mm-hmm. every month. And that has gone from like 30 comments to I don't get anything anymore. Maybe, I mean, it's like, so instead of having 30 new conversations every month, or 20 or 25, I mean, it was like gold forever. And now it's maybe two 2 comments, and one of those are Spanish, and the other one, commented by accident, I think. So, and I've been trying to figure out this frickin' Instagram stories, which I hate. I hate Instagram, but I just, I'm not Jatana Jackson or whatever. I just can't figure it out. But, I've been posting on it, I've been doing it, but it's just like, when I work out, I work out. I don't have time to stop and and I'm like, when I get done, like today, cardio core, I'm done. And I was like, oh, I should have made a video of that move, but I didn't, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm on a huge struggle bus. Long story short.
Yeah.
I
mean,
can relate because I'm in the same situation. I've only been doing this for maybe 6 months, and I started strong, very strong. I was doing really well. I was hopeful. And then I got excited about 80-Day Obsession. I got so consumed into that. I feel like that's kind of hurt me as far as the business side goes. But then I hear I'm in Carl's 1x3x5 being told, that we should do this and that on Instagram stories, which I'm like him. I'm not all about that story thing. I'm trying to figure all that out too. And then I go to STB and they're telling me don't talk about Beachbody. And then I get on something else and it's like, I want to talk about it, but then I'm told not to. And it's like, I'm so confused right now. Like, I feel like I've just hit a brick wall and I haven't given up, and I'm not going to give up because I love this, but I do a free community thing at the park and it's hit or miss. And then challenge groups here and there. I feel like I have the same people, and I don't know if it's just that I've tapped out on my warm market and I'm struggling with the cold market, but it's just, I don't know. And STB is a lot of time. It's a lot of, doing the ads and all that it's a lot of time, and I don't really have that much time. So I feel like I'm not blaming STB by no means because they give very good information, but I'm kind of confused on which direction I should be going, I guess, because I started off really well and now I've just kind of, I haven't made Success Club in probably 3 months. So I don't know. I quit focusing on it. I just kind of, that's why I reached out today on Facebook and was like, can anybody just give me maybe I'm just missing a little thing. Maybe I just need a light to shed on or something, but I don't really know where to go. I'm so I've just declined.
Oh, that's true. And I feel like you both kind of are talking to the same people probably. Like we need to find ways for people to bring new people into their network. And there's different ways to do it. But whatever your gifts are, if you can put some of that information out there and give it to people for free, you will attract people that want to be around you and build trust with them. So it's different for every person. I think Cindy Tremblay was explaining how, she was giving advice and she was translating some of the materials on her website into French. Now, that's something that, it's not so easy that I could just say, oh, go do that. That was her unique thing. And she did that, and she created this community of people that she was just giving information to. And then when the time came, she could help them because she's built trust with them. Now, she can't duplicate that all the way down her downline, but everybody has some kind of a gift. Whether it's how you curl your hair, Jen Thatcher, like just little silly things to, how to deal with a toddler after 40. I'm looking at Jen, kind of thinking of examples, but there's all kinds of things that you can do to give and build that trust. I think that's one of the things that we have to look to. I don't mean you guys might, Jen or Carrie might be able to better speak to how to grow your networks, because I haven't been adding to my network. You can get a new dog, that might help.
Yeah.
No.
Andy, I think, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Like, I don't know Sonia, but I do know I met Andy when we went to the Super Saturday. And I think, like, I watch all your stories, but, like, you have something going for you that I don't think you use at all. And if you actually did, I think a lot of people will follow you. And it's the golf thing. You don't know how many people in my business wish they could hit that ball. They do not know how to play golf. And, like I have paid tons of money to get golf classes. So, like, if you did, and this is just my opinion, it might not work, but a lot of the people that I follow, like, are yoga teachers, and all their posts is like yoga poses and all this other stuff. people will watch your videos if you had like little practice on how to putt or how to like, I don't know. There is a bunch of stuff about golf that I don't know, but Tony plays golf. And just because of that, I was like, yeah, I read the book, whatever. And I know what you're talking about, but I don't care. But like, because of the business, I have to be, because I'm in construction, I have to be at least knowledgeable of the basics. Do I want to? Hell no. I can care less. But I'm there to drink. Every time they want me to go, oh, let's go play golf. Sure, I can drink a beer. But like, do I care about the game? No. But I think if, especially because you have customers that do want to play golf and all that other stuff, I think if you jump in that boat instead of necessarily Beachbody, it will help you out a lot. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I feel like everything that people follow on my page doesn't have anything to do with Beachbody. It's just the stupid stuff that I think, oh yeah, nobody's going to be interested in this. Like the other day I was sick and I was drinking, literally, it was whiskey with honey and lime and lemon, because that will like literally clean out my sinuses. And like 400 or more people commented on that. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, this doesn't have anything to do with nothing. People just want to know stupid stuff that you're doing. Literally, that's what they like sometimes. I don't know what that is about, but that's what I have found. And like most of the coach that was Ashley Molstad, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but like I watch all her stories on Instagram, and literally, like every day she posts everything she does, like with her baby, with her dog, and like walks, and like maybe cooking. Very rarely is anything about Beachbody, and she has like 300 something like 30,000 followers or something like that, and like every post, like every story has more than 3,000 likes, and I'm like, I wish I had that much time, but I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna post everything I do every day.
Thank you, Steph. Good tips. Yeah, just basically not just Beachbody. Post your whole, like everything about you and attract those people. Like golden doodles, like my dog, right? I get people viewing my story because of my dog and Van and my kids. So I think we're over time, but I don't want to go too far over, right, Lee? It's 9:35. If we don't have anything else, Andy, you know what? We could I've got a couple ideas, but I'll send you a message after the call and just, give you a couple tips that I thought of.
Sonia, do you want to talk about like some of the networking that you can do in person? I know you want to run a class. Maybe we can talk about how you can increase attendance at your community park, because I've seen a little bit of what you're doing, and some of who you are, but if I talk to you in person, then I can get some ideas. Usually they flow when I get to hear more about you. So we can schedule a call if you want. I'm happy to help you with that.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a good night.